नमस्कार दोस्तों, आज हम बात करेंगे सीएसके वीएस आरआर के जबरदस्त मुकाबले की।
Let's look at what happened on March 30th, 2026, inside the Assam Cricket Association Stadium in Guwahati. T20 cricket is built on the promise of explosive batting and massive totals. Fans show up expecting fireworks, but the scoreboard at the end of this first innings told a completely different story. The Chennai Super Kings batting lineup entirely collapsed. Over the course of 19.4 overs, they managed to scrape together just 127 runs before losing all 10 wickets. When a lineup fails to reach 130, they leave their bowlers with no margin for error. Setting such a low target effectively removed the pressure on the opposition before the second half even began. The root cause of that failure was the Rajasthan Royals' fast bowling attack. They relied on a tactic usually reserved for 5-day matches, hitting a hard test match length. By pounding the pitch at high speeds, they paralyzed CSK's younger, inexperienced batters. The physical impact was immediate. Nandre Berger fired in a 140 km/h delivery that completely bypassed Sanju Samson's defense, uprooting his off-stump for just 6 runs. Then came Jofra Archer. Bowling at 143 km/h, Archer produced a ball that entirely beat the bat of CSK captain Ruturaj Gaikwad, clean bowling him. This line graph tracks the first 6 overs of the match. You can see the steep drop-off here. CSK lost 4 quick wickets while accumulating a disastrous power play score of only 41 runs. Moving into the middle overs, the run rate flatlines even further. Ravindra Jadeja trapped Sarfaraz Khan leg before wicket and had Shivam Dubey caught at long off within the exact same over. By combining raw velocity with precise lengths, the Royals neutralized CSK's bat speed and effectively paralyzed the innings. Heading into the second innings, the math was incredibly simple. The Rajasthan Royals needed a mere 128 runs to win, a relatively low-pressure chase on paper. Intrigue. On the very first ball of the run chase, CSK fast bowler Matt Henry perfectly executed a trap against young debutant Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Henry induced the edge he wanted, sending the ball straight toward wicketkeeper Karthik Sharma. But instead of securing the routine catch, the ball slipped right through his leather gloves and hit the turf. This missed chance immediately shifted the pressure back onto the bowling side, removing the early breakthrough CSK needed to stay competitive. In modern T20, giving a second life to an aggressive batter often serves as a catalyst, turning a slight disadvantage into an immediate catastrophe. Given a second chance on ball 1, Suryavanshi immediately responded with a hyper-aggressive, boundary-heavy assault. The resulting numbers are difficult to process. He smashed a half-century in just 15 deliveries, ultimately finishing his innings with 52 runs off a total of 17 balls. Look at this bar chart. It shows Suryavanshi's extreme strike rate of 305.88, which towers over the average scoring rate of the entire CSK batting lineup from the previous innings. He used an incredibly fast bat swing to launch 5 sixes into the stands, specifically targeting and punishing Matt Henry's slower deliveries. While Suryavanshi dealt in extreme violence, Yashasvi Jaiswal provided calculated calm at the other end. Together, they built a staggering 75-run partnership in just 6.2 overs, visually crushing CSK's earlier 41-run power play. The sheer force of Suryavanshi's strike play physically and psychologically dismantled the remaining CSK defense. The run chase was wrapped up with brutal efficiency. The Rajasthan Royals reached the target in a mere 12.1 overs. The final scorecard highlights a total disparity between the two dugouts. CSK lost all 10 wickets, while the Royals lost only 2. This entire match exposes a critical tactical vulnerability. If a batting order cannot survive high-velocity pace bowling at the top of the innings, they have no foundation to build a defendable score. Once that extreme scoreboard pressure is applied, the cost of failing to execute basic fundamental fielding mechanics compounds rapidly. The strategy of denying room with high-velocity pace, then punishing every subsequent error with aggressive batting, resulted in one of the most efficient demolitions in recent history.